Good evening, this is Rodney with the Triton Wave Market Outlook for Monday, September 26th, 2016. And this is brought to you by Triton Wave Consulting. Triton Waves are early warning market timing indicators used in all markets in all time frames worldwide. Alright, let's start off by looking at the ES continuous chart, and it's right now 12:45 a.m. on Monday morning. So the markets have had plenty of chance to open. The ES right now is down 3 handles. It's been down as much as 6 handles. The Asian markets, the Nikkei right now is down 148 points, Shanghai's down 27, and Hang Seng's down 175. All about between 0.75% and 1%. And we're down just marginally. But what I wanted to show you was this reaction that we've had in the market. Let me draw a trend line here on the daily, and you can see that this is following an upward trend line here. Now, I suggested last week that we may be going down here, and I was waiting for a cross between the 21 and the 55. We can take a look at that if I open up just the chart without the waves, and you can see down here just after Brexit that it almost touched, and I was looking for a cross here. Instead we got a bounce, and I suggested last week that on the 144-minute chart that we're coming into this, if this was the pole, the flag, and this was the flag right here, that we could get a surprise to the upside. Now, even though wave 1 and 2 and part of 3 are down, we can have a surprise to the upside and then a downside blast. Now, we did get a surprise to the upside, which was totally potentially there. But now that the interest rates conversation is off the table for a little bit, I think this is going to come back down. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow morning, but what I'm looking at is that this has gone sideways to down since August 3rd, when this first wave went below zero. So there's been no progress. We're dead in the water. It was 2160 then, and it's 2154 now. So that's an entire month, almost 2 months without any progress whatsoever, except that the next wave down is building up momentum to go down, and this is, let me put a log chart on that. This is like halfway down now on the third wave. So I'm not liking this on the upside. We did have this Yellen reaction to the upside on Wednesday, Thursday, and it started to give it back on Friday. And don't be surprised if it completely takes us back down to where we were and continues on the downside. So I'm going to put this aside here and bring this back. Hang on one second. I want to show you a couple more examples of what I've been following. These are the waves that I set up for the 144 tick chart on the day, on the ES rather, and you can see really nothing. They're in perfect formation. I've been showing you this for a couple weeks now. This is just a perfect setup. This is for day traders. This moves up here. When this crosses here, it moves down, moves back up, moves down. Right now, with the action on, you can see in a log trade, this with this action opening up on Sunday, it actually opened up It was up about 175 at one point, 1.75 handles. Um, but then when it started coming off at around 8 o'clock, when the Asian markets opened, it fell off. It fell off about from 21.59 down to 52, and it caused the wave to go below zero. So any hiccup to the upside would be a shorting opportunity here. And as we're watching this live, this is now down 475, and we can check on this later. It'll probably take this out before we even end the video tonight, but we'll check on it afterwards. Okay, so one of the other things that I wanted to show you was my storyline for this continuing on the downside is when this chart on the left right here is a 21 minute, and the chart on the right is a 21 minute of the ES. This right here is a 21 minute of the tick chart with the waves applied to it, the algorithm waves. So you can see just before that 500 point, that 50 point handle, the 50 handle drop a week ago Friday, this has already given you a clear sign that on the first, second, third, and fourth, they're all happening simultaneously. The fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth wave was down. The fifth wave has been down, except for this one little blip here, since August 11th. So those are usually very good indication for day trades for about, like 10 or 12 points on the ES. So I wanted to back up to where we are now. And let me see here, hang on. Okay, so when we went, let me slide this over just a little bit. So when we went down, I start looking for a change when the first wave goes below zero, and it's in concert with everything else. So all these happen simultaneously. The fifth wave was already down. So I'm looking at this chart on the 21 and on the 144 and timing it for perfect entries on the 144 tick and the 377 tick. And this looks like it's going down right here, and we can even put a log scale on that so you can see it a little bit differently. So this is starting to go down at about 7:30 at night, and this was like the night before a week and a half ago. So this is the gap that happened during the changeover with contracts. But this is a continuous contract, so it shows all the gaps. Excuse me. So when this goes below zero, right here, between 9/8, you can see on the bottom 9/8, and right now it's 9/26, so that's 18 days. It's a nice long path down. This took us down 50 handles. Now it stayed down and this rode up. So over here, this is the again, this is the tick chart, 21-minute tick chart on the right, 21-minute ES on the left, and this goes above here and just keeps you in the trade until tonight or until Friday afternoon. So that went below zero right at the close. You can see right in here it's minus 290 and minus 19. This goes below zero 12 minutes before the close on Friday. So that's why I was comfortable with keeping my short position over the weekend, just because of this and because of usually how the volume tick precedes what's going to happen with the futures price. All right, let's take a look at the bond market. The 30-year bond ZB. I suggested in the past couple of weeks that when this crossed over, this would take a nosedive and zigzag its way down to 6106. Okay, well, so because of what happened last week with the FOMC meeting, when it came down, and actually crossed the zero line on wave number one, the smaller time frame charts were telling me that it was ready for a little bit of a recovery bounce. So now we've had the recovery bounce up until the 21, and the question is it going to go to the 55 EMA? So let's look at a little bit more detailed chart, because right now it is down 4 ticks. So it's 67.22, and this is a live chart. So let's take a look at a smaller time frame chart. This is the 144 that came below the Triton major wave down here. It's nice push down, came through it a little bit. This crossed over the 21 and the 55 EMA crossed. It looks, as long as it stays above this blue line right here, then it potentially can go sideways to up according to the 144. However, wave number 1 is below 0, 2 is below 0, 3 is below 0, and 4 is already working its way down. So I'm neutral to negative on bonds on the daily and the 144. So let's look at even a smaller time frame chart. Let's look at the 377 tick, and that is telling us these all these red lines are session dividers, so every 24 hours. And you can see that wave number 1 is giving you very nice rhythms of up and down and up and down. These are all worth, let me see, this one's worth 170. 3 days later it was 167. If these are below 0 when that happens, you don't want to go long unless you're day trading it and you're trying to scalp like a half a point. So you wait until it goes below 0 again, in sync with the other charts as anchors. And this goes below here, and this is 166 down to 164 and change. Okay, again, you wouldn't want to play it here, but when it reaches one of these resistance waves, in this case it's the Triton minor wave, then you look for an entry point when the waves cross, which speculatively you can get in here, in this area, because at this point these are all below 0, or you can wait for this to happen. Either way, you're getting in a little bit sooner here than here, but it's only short term, because this larger wave is about to move above 0. Now you can either play these like long for 2 or 3 days down to where the larger waves cross, and you're still in it if you're playing the longer waves, like wave 2 and wave 3. It looks like wave 4 is wanting to climb above 0, and in fact this is like 1.01 away from being 2 out of 3 waves above. So I'm looking for a possibility in the short term for this to be sideways to up just a tiny bit. Let me just see what the I got another chart in here I was looking at. The 1597 is looking down. I'm neutral, mostly neutral to down. More neutral than down. I have to wait and see whether this 1597 volume chart on the 30-year bond is going to go below 0. So this, look at a short-term sell, medium-term long, longer-term long on the one on 1597. This is neutral. This is a neutral play to me. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, unless you're a day trader and you're trading, you know, like the 377s, and you just want to go take these little waves and go in and out, you know, like 1 or 2 days at a time. All right. Have great trading, and I will see you at the next update. Again, this is Triton Wave Consulting. I am Rodney Julian, and you can reach me at rodney@tritonwaveguy.com. I specialize in bonds and ES. This will give you, Triton Wave Consulting, give you an idea. I'm just going to leave this up for you. You can pause it and read it about what I do and the services I provide. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Rodney Julian on LinkedIn, or Twitter @RodJulian. If you like these waves, there are older versions that are available from simpleroptions.com called the ABC waves that are sold thousands of copies all over the world. Or call this number to secure them. They are for sale. The ones I'm using in these graphs and on these videos are my own waves that I use just for Triton Wave Consulting. But the old waves are programmed for TradeStation, eSignal, Sierra, Ninja, and like 2 or 3 others. Great trading, everyone. Have a great, fantastic week. It's the beginning of fall, and the temperature finally in Dallas is going to be dropping into the 60s at night. I'm very looking forward to it. Good night now.